hot. In the sun it's hot. In the shadow it's doable. It's a pretty decent temperature in here now. But yeah, the warm days are back. Definitely. So I can't believe there's people out there actually in long pants and all that, like this heat. And most people are wearing shorts like me, so right. It is Friday, the 10th of July 2026. Temperature is 28 degrees Celsius with 52% humidity, 11 kilometers an hour wind. Really? Just 11? I thought it would be more. And 0% precipitation. And looks like it's gonna be pretty much like this for the entire coming week. Ooh, with the prediction on next Friday, a lightning storm supposedly. We'll see about that. Probably just like, oh, it's a nice storm to look forward to. I don't know. Oh, and moderate high temperature warning. Okay. Yeah, I guess some places it's gonna be like really hot. But I mean, here it's fine. It's not even above 30. I don't know why they'd give a moderate high temperature warning, but whatever. Yeah, it's like 70 at night, so it's not gonna be super unpleasant at night. Right. So I hope all of you are having a great Friday. The week certainly flew by. Man, there's some really annoying flies going about, and mosquitoes too. I've barely even had them in the last month or two, but like since yesterday they kind of just started showing up again, and outside also. They're just around a lot, which is annoying. So yeah, it's flies, trying to kick them out of the room. I don't necessarily want to kill them, I just want to get them out. Right. Anyway, hope you're all doing good. Yesterday's show was pretty good, I thought. And I mean, I did try to like hang out over at Discord after that, but it was just a nut house, man. It was crazy. Like Nathan went on Earth Awakenings and just, it was so tedious. Yeah, I mean, it got me all triggered all over again. Like, even on the sidelines, it's just, these people drive me nuts. I don't even know what Nathan's even doing. Like, it was just tedious. And of course, like at some point I actually tried to uphold somebody asking a question to a higher standard, and then Neil started complaining. Like, Neil, it's like the only fucking thing he ever does is just whine about me when I show up, when I even do that. It's just, this guy just has nothing better to fucking do in his life than that whining crap. And it was actually helping. Trying anyway. But yeah, man, it just got me fired up in a bad way, and ugh. Eden was also there. I just basically just wrote a bunch to him, like, how do you even stay so damn calm in the face of it? And I mean, he does apparently get irritated too, but he just really knows how to just keep it to himself. It's very admirable, I have to say. I can't do that. I just go berserk. I just go crazy. But yeah, it was just like kind of like a... The flies are out in here for 2 days. Well, they were out there on Discord. Worldwide debates too. Everybody was just being super tedious. It's like every time I get like that, they just like start bullying me. I don't get it. Like, why do that? Why be so freaking petty about it, man? Like, I don't even do that. And they do that. And I don't get it. They're so nasty. I mean, they really, like, these guys, these ballers, they just, like, they want to bully flat earthers away. And they're kind of good at it because, I mean, it seems to be their only objective. Because as soon as you try to uphold something literal, something technical in detail, they just suddenly, I don't know, they just get very confused. They just scattergun away. They're not interested in actually figuring anything out. They just want to have this painting of feeling of flat earthers don't know anything, they're humiliated, and that's it. That's like the only thing they care about. It's so fucked up. I just can't believe it's that bad. Like, yeah, maybe it's just kind of in phases or something. Because I mean, I've had like relatively decent discussions with ballers. But when this kind of mood is hanging in the air, it's just completely impossible. All they do is just bully. They just want to push flat earthers around and try to come across superior, at least to themselves and other ballers. And oh god, it's so tedious. I can't believe Nathan is just like doing that like almost every day. I just, why would you do that to yourself? Ugh. I mean, I'm very glad I stepped out. I'm very glad. It's just, I mean, yeah, this is it, right? My show. 333 subscribers or something. And I mean, it's fine. I'm really much better off like this. I mean, it was kind of nice to have enthusiastic flat earthers that are like, they want to fight, to have them at your back, but I mean, there is just no point, man. All it does is just grinding and grinding, and you just become so freaking emotionally stunted. It's like, yeah, you might win the technical argument, but like, who the hell out there could listen to all that and actually retain their senses to be able to actually pick up that you were right? It's just impossible to get through the crap wall of dealing with ballers. It's just impossible. The only way you can actually have a discussion about the ball is if you have flat earthers together that want to discuss it and not just want to vent their anger with ballers, which is extremely justified because of this fucking behavior, right? But just get technical, and then that's interesting. Now, I can technically kind of do that on my own, or just with going into a discussion with a guy like Eden. But you have to like do it on a private platform, because if it's just some open Discord room, it's immediately fucking ballers try to get you. They won't allow flat earthers to just have a discussion about the ball. Or even flat earth. Like, they just have to get in the way. And the craziest thing of all of it is that, like 10 years ago, they were basically doing the same thing. But now, all the dirt and the darkness like coming through them also back then, it was much more uncontrolled back then for them. And they would basically just go spastic very easily.
No.
They just have like these automated techniques on just how to always automatically scattergun, straw man, project everything, and it's so systemic, and like they all follow the same pattern. So even in how they do that, they just know. They know how to fucking do it. It's so disgusting. And it's very similar to the politicians too. I mean, back then the similarities were kind of interesting, so I kept mentioning that back then. But it's kind of like continued, because the politicians are also very systemic now. Where 10 years ago they were like trying it, but sort of like had more effort to kind of maneuver around when they would get questioned. Now it's just they have this system of just like basically saying like, oh, we find it very uncomfortable that you're asking these questions, so under that premise we're not going to allow you to ask that question. It's just completely whacked out for a politician to actually do that. Like in official politics, I mean, what you do on your own time is one thing, right? If you're gonna ask questions from some journalist or whatever, but I mean, in the actual meetings, doing official business like that is just insane, and they do it all the time. I've seen it so many times, and ballers are just like that, except what they do, and way worse. Ugh, it's just so many fucked up people in this world. It's getting really scary. And I mean, I'm like basically a guy that's like really gone into dealing with psychology all the time. And I can barely handle this shit. I can't even imagine what like a regular person, like how they would respond to it. They'd probably just like stay the hell away from all of it, because it's so toxic. It's just, you can't sit through it. Like if you try to find out what's going on, you quickly figure out like this is just all bunch of distraction bullshit. Like you can't even get to a cohesive subject anymore. Just ugh. So yeah, that happened yesterday. I hope really today it's going to be less obnoxious. I can just have a normal discussion. That would be great. Later on Discord, that is. Right, anyway, I hope everybody else, I don't know if anybody else out there experienced something like that yesterday. Like, because maybe just something, there's a wave coming and it's gonna peak again and there's some irritating shit. And I mean, like, basically, Europe is about to get attacked by Russia. It's right on the doorstep now. Like, the war is like ramping up, getting way worse. US like literally hitting Iran's nuclear power plant, which is just like, that's pretty sure that's another war crime. Like universally, under whatever premise. It's and I think just, yeah. And also just Trump doing that at this point is just another kick in the back for America firsters, because they already knew, like, the ammo stocks on missile defense alone and everything is just depleting. They had barely anything left, and now doing this is like gonna basically guarantee that those last stocks are also just gonna completely deplete. And then what? Think that your opponents are just gonna wait like 10 years or just a few years for you to restock on that? You think that just, we quickly build some new warehouses to build more of it. But that's still gonna take years, though. It's insane. Trump is, through his actions, is making America extremely vulnerable right now. It's the dumbest thing he could have done. To me, it smells like treason. It smells like deliberate sabotage. I mean, what if now, whatever group, who knows, the Chinese, for example, or the Russians. I mean, the Russians have plenty of reason to retaliate against America, since they have been a leading factor for a very long time with the Ukraine, where they basically started that. Now Europe's kind of like taking it over, which is insane. But America still basically started it with Newland and all that, admittedly. So yeah, there's just going to be this big window of opportunity where if China and Russia would decide to, they could completely crush America. Which is still, I mean, is that still worth it? It's still dangerous, right? What if they have just some other weapon waiting to roll out, and they just need an excuse to subtly roll out and then start destroying everything? Because. So they probably, but I mean, yeah, China and Russia are probably informed about whatever America's holding back. But I mean, just leaving yourself vulnerable, and it's not just the US that's going to be vulnerable, it's all of US's allies. I mean, South Korea, like, they're not getting any defense missiles back. They had to basically see those get shipped off to Israel a while back, and they didn't like that. Yeah, they're not getting those back, that's for sure. And I don't know, all the other places in the Pacific, this is just terrible. It's a real low point militarily. And that's extremely dangerous. I mean, the tensions are super high, economy is bad, multiple continents are like basically going into war economy. This is just the worst situation possible. It's a powder keg, and like something's gonna give. Something is gonna blow, and it's really like, yeah. Then that maybe that is part of the tension. That is just turning everybody more nasty than usual. They have a lot of fear and stress to act out without addressing it. Because, I mean, those baller types, most of them are all pure full-in statists. They're basically Nazis at this point. That are gonna say, like, yes, oh yes, they're all exactly right. NATO is all right, and Trump is completely right, or Trump is totally wrong, no matter what. It doesn't really matter with that part, but, I mean, a lot of people out there that are ballers, that are active, they seem to all freaking love NATO. It's really like strangulating. I find it extremely stressful. I just can't believe that this is all going on like this. It really is a Weimar world. It's worse. It's worse than a Weimar world. it's 9084, but it's worse than 9084. It's like 9084 is like the beginning of it. And I think of 9084 without that revolution. Because that part never happened, and it just continues and gets worse and worse and worse and worse beyond what the writer of it ever could have imagined. The insanity is so brazen, and it's so shameless. Like in 9084, there was still like this actual cognitive dissonance where they were really somehow believing that they were doing the right thing. I mean, people now, what they're doing out there in politics, like they know they're evil, they know they're lying, and they're like demons just enjoying it. It's really, really fucked up, way worse than what 9084 was. There's just nothing you can... It's becoming so bad, there's just nothing in fiction that you can even compare it to anymore. Right. And hey, I'm sure there's still people out there that can actually get away from all this insanity and what they build. People like Owen Benjamin and his friend circles. And I mean, yeah, that's a cool way. That's how you keep your sanity and learn good things and still build. But I mean, as I had kind of like foreseen earlier, years ago, like you're not gonna actually be able to escape this. Like even that, it's so all-encompassing what they're doing. Like, you're not gonna be able to escape this. And it doesn't feel like, oh, this is just like a Soviet Union transition where they just, oh, it doesn't work anymore financially, so they just like stop it, give it up. No. Maybe it's also because most of the world is just part of the financial destabilization. Like basically like the banking crisis, which is underneath all of this. It's everywhere. Like every nation that's not part of the international banks, you know who's in charge of those. They're all like brought and drawn into war. They're like, because the banks want everything to collapse, and especially those, to get more control. It's only gonna like give us back peace and prosperity as soon as Russia and China are just completely defeated, supposedly. And then we'll have peace again, and then it can start all over again in how many years. It's not gonna work this time. So it's just kind of weird to try to figure out, to look in the bigger picture. It's like how this is all going to roll out, where this is gonna lead to. Because before, like for example with the Soviet Union, it's like, yeah, it's an empire. It's like starting to grind to a halt, and then it falls, and then, but I mean that's like one region. It's pretty big though, but it's just one region. Now it's not one empire, it's just like half the world. And like, is there even comparative material historically to compare this situation with? Except maybe Tartaria, but I don't think Tartaria ever like got like this. I don't think they had usury at all. I think they got basically sneak attacked, conquested, basically something like that. Game of Thrones. I don't think they collapsed in on themselves, because overall they were very principled, very pure. So it's like they would not, it's not a banking collapse that has kind of led to that with Tartaria. It doesn't really make any sense anyways, because the way the architecture was and everything, it just shows that they didn't have a lot of like dependencies on centralized systems at all. Like a central bank. It just didn't seem to really be there. Like maybe food, but I mean with what they had, they had electroculture, so they would have been able to grow huge vegetables relatively easy. They had I can't really see how they would have had like a famine or something like that would have led up to it. It's just, it's not really comparable. It was like a world, a big empire spanning half the world, like what we're going through now, like that's half the world. But I mean, they weren't corrupted like that. In our situation, the nations are corrupted very badly. I don't know what to compare this to historically. Maybe the fall of Rome, in a way. I mean, certainly the replacement migration seems to like echo, right? The what was it? Those non-Roman tribes that moved in and basically took over Rome and destroyed it. And I mean, yeah, it was an empire, but it was still just like a region still. It wasn't all-encompassing. So there are traits of how we are being attacked here that we can compare. But the overall picture and like the scale of it, I don't know what to compare that to. I can't get a clear reading on where it's gonna go. I just got a really bad feeling about this. When I do what I do, I try to play the Oracle and trigger a bunch of fucktards out there. Oh, people get so triggered. Get so triggered by what I do. Which is like ridiculous, by the way. Because if it was so insignificant, then why would anybody care? Right? They'd just be like, oh wow, that guy, yeah, is still pointless, whatever. Let's move over there where things are actually interesting. And like, but no, they gotta get on my ass for like a decade, and they just won't stop. Alright, well, Eden says, well, you must be doing something right then. And yeah, that's what a lot of people say, but I mean, it's kind of a MacGuffin to me to keep saying that. Because, I mean, what do I win out of it? Yeah, I get recognition and respect from people that actually matter, that aren't completely surrender to the insanity. Cultural degradation, insanity, demonic possession, if you will. I mean, it just is that. And hey, when I go full-blown rage win, I get possessed too. So yeah, it's not like I am completely immutable, like I am invulnerable to it. It's just I know where my choices are, but I still get overrun, and then I just go in aggressive defensive mode. It's just like, I need to kill to make room to make it stop. And it's kind of weird because in a way that is the same root of the effect that it does also drive the ballers. Except I have just a basic routine with it, and I know to just like, okay, let it go, step out of it. These people do exactly the opposite. Like, they won't let it go, and they just keep pushing it and pushing it. Like, they want to be outraged. I don't want it. I don't like rage win. I mean, it's like an emergency system, and it is arguably possessed by rage, and it's not a good thing. It's not a Christ-like thing. Well, yeah, oh cool, it's not Christ-like. Oh yeah, just like spiritually, surgically remove your ability to get irritated from witnessing atrocity. Just don't feel it. Just surgically turn yourself into a psychopath. Like, yeah, no, I can't, and I won't. I've actually a long time ago tried that for a bit. It was really, really bad for me. Physically, it would actually like fuck up my whole hormonal regulation and everything. It's really bad. It doesn't work. I have a system. I have just like an spiritual allergy to evil, and I respond. I have to. Or suppress it, but I mean, that's really unhealthy for me. There's got to be a really good and rewarding reason on the short run for me to be able to suppress it. And hey, that can be camaraderie. Like, if there's other people that are on my side that feel the same, that can like, that I can feel, at least fall back to, like, yeah, thank God there's other people that at least understand what the hell is even going on with this psychological warfare. Like, yeah, that's a short-term reward, and that helps me to keep it under control. But when everybody's just going insane, like, there's no short-term reward, and it just, I just go insane. I just go full foaming at the mouth and just like kill them all. I can't help it. I can't help it. I don't like that it happens, but it does. And everybody's just there to tear you down. I'm like, okay, well then I guess I'll have to kill you all. Does that make me the crazy one? Well, it's like, why don't you just give in to the demons? It's so easy. Just tell them they win. Don't feel angry about it, and then suddenly they'll treat you like your friends. Like, I want to be friends with people like that. My God. Have that attached to me spiritually. The idea just makes me want to throw up, and I'm kind of hungry, so I don't even have anything. It's just, God. I'm really curious to just see one of like the last hopes, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people, and it might be too late. Is at least the idea of a crusade, a grassroots crusade, and hey, it's gonna be different. Yeah, the Crusades were top-down organized. There were Christian kings that decided, yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we don't have those right now. Yeah, they're not there, so we're gonna like do that somehow. Grassroots. You know how much casualties there will be. Like, can we even win that? Could you just imagine the Crusades happening if like all the kings that were ruling at the time, even on the Christian side, were like, no, our population is the enemy. They just need to surrender and die to whatever's invading us. Like, you think that the Crusades could have ever happened? I don't think so. Yeah. So it's a nice idea, but the setting's not there. Like, if there's not gonna be distinct Christian nations, and I mean, hey, Poland is cool and all that, but I mean, they also risk having a fight with Russia, which is really terrifying, because I mean, what a waste that would be. But maybe it's a bluff. I don't fucking know, man. It's very hard to tell, like, how that would all roll down. But unless Europe actually has, like, some government overthrows, basically, where super pro-nationalist groups take over, and then those nations band together to really make an official effort that would be comparable to the Crusade, probably non-military based, then it could work. But I don't see that happening. I mean, at best, like, the freaking commissars that are still in power, they know how to keep people out that will actually overthrow them, justifiably so. They won't be able to get in, and they can at best just say like, okay, well, maybe we've gone too far with the immigration thing, and then just kind of reverse that. That doesn't mean a crusade, and it will just be on hold. So yeah. Sorry if I sound really pessimistic today. I'm just having a moment where I'm actually trying to keep it real and just being realistic, and it's just not looking good. Like, yeah, the spirit is there in people. They're feeling the fire. They want like something to be done. They want things to turn around. But I mean, it's that also, if it then does not get any room to manifest, it's like once you get to touch Archangel Michael, like the force of justice, and you know what has to be done, and then you can't do it, that's potentially worse. Just because of the strain. The strain will like grind you up physically. So you could say, oh, a lot of people are getting into that. Yeah, but how long are they gonna survive holding tight to that? In the face of how things are developing. And I mean, let's just say that by God's decree or whatever, it does happen. And we get like a grassroots revolution crusade like thing going, and like we manage to like topple certain governments to really get the conspirators out that are keeping actual democratic people and people that actually want to represent the public. They keep them out. What if we get them in and we get this going? Like the amount of like overall destructive influences that have happened just on our culture. Like, do we even know who we are anymore? Right, that's also a problem, right? People that did the Crusades, they did it with like a strong spiritual backing in a way. Like they had families at home. They were literally just defending places that were still like not under threat. But I mean, everything is pretty much become under threat mostly. So it's like, how are you gonna morally even be able to hold on? And not like once it ends on the other side, like isn't like everybody's gonna be so depleted. How could things get back to normal? What the hell would normal even be after that? Will we still be able to remember what it was like? We'll be able to see old videos from the 20th century and all that, and even understand what that means anymore. I am really worried. I mean, is this black pilled? Is that what that is? I'm trying not to be black pilled. But you gotta have something to really grasp onto and like signs, good signs. Right? And once that energy then comes, like everybody just immediately gets it. If there's like a real hope, like it will set fire to everybody and they will all basically, and it's gonna sound freaky, a new form of Hitler that's gonna be different. If they would come forward and really start making physical work of it, and not secretly be grabblers just pretending to be a Hitler, like that would just could have so much impact spiritually at this point that it could literally like almost change the fabric of reality, like Mandela affect the shit out of place, because when everybody's so depleted for so long, things look different, your memory works different, and then suddenly a huge influx of purpose and like a real hope, like everything is suddenly different, and like that kind of energy shift to the consciousness, when it happens on a mass scale, it does weird shit. Really weird stuff happens. And I mean really freaking weird, like reality altering shit. Where everybody would just feel like hey, what happened? Did we just suddenly shift to another world? Everything feels different. Who knows like how it would recrystallize? How quickly the new normalcy bias would set in, and where everybody would be just like, yeah, we've always been like that. Just like really forgetting how much pressure we were all under during the Weimar World phase. Because I mean, it's torture, and everybody can't wait till they can just forget about this shit again. Like, people are not gonna want to talk about it afterward. They want it all to be as far away in the past as they can. Like, can you imagine theoretically, like, our grandchildren are gonna ask about it, and like we're gonna be fucking cranky and just like, we don't want to talk about that because it was so fucking horrible. The psychological warfare was so insane. Like you shouldn't ask about it, my grandkid. Basically. Oh my god. Hold on. Somebody's hosing the plants down there. Right. Wow, 13 watching. Oh, you all really inspired by this, I guess? I just needed to recognize what it is. It helps. Like, when I do this, I'm not trying to be black pilled. It's just, this is what I'm actually feeling. I'm just trying to translate what I can see. What is actually worrying me. And at this point, I'm basically worried that like half of Europe is gonna get blown up. And not because of nukes, because those are freaking fake. But probably a lot of damage will be done just to false flag the shit out of everything. It will be those same fucking governments that insist war on Russia that are just gonna keep blowing shit up in their own nations. To support, like to emulate like Russia as physically attacking them, just to get everybody like, we want to kill Russia, they're always attacking us. Like, that's what they want to achieve. And I don't think Russia's even gonna really do it, actually. I mean, at their border states maybe, right? For the security perimeter. Because all Russia really wants to do is just safeguard their bigger cities from frickin' drone swarms being sent in. And they are developing really good systems for mass drone takedowns. that are getting cheaper and cheaper because yeah, there are really efficient systems, but those are extremely expensive, like what the US uses. They're finding cheaper ways to do it to basically even out the cheapness of sending all these drones, so that it's not just going to be asymmetrical and costing Russia way more to defend themselves than it is for NATO to send drones, right? So, but they still need the perimeter. And I don't think that Russia is eventually actually literally going to like attack Europe, at least the Western nations. Like, not unless like the cataclysm just goes out of control. Like if basically Europe starts to send hypersonic equivalent missiles to like completely blow up Moscow or something, yeah, then they definitely will do that too. And they will retaliate in a big way then. But I think that most apparent attacks in Europe are going to just be false flags from NATO, right? It's like their first targets. They build their new military zones and their drone factories, and the first thing they're going to do with these drone factories is build drones and then blow up local places as a false flag. Like, this is the first fucking thing they're going to do probably, or try. And they've already been trying it, and it's just going to get worse and worse and more and more. And the propaganda is just going to be so unrelenting that even though investigators will really quickly figure out that it is a false flag, it will just be drowned out by overwhelming amounts of screaming, whining people. Just, it's Russia, it's Russia, it's Russia! And like taking down anyone that says the opposite on all social media. Like, that's gonna get worse too. I mean, I can't imagine that at some point they will arrest people for social media just because they are pointing out that NATO is lying. Right now they're just rolling out tons and tons of trolls to like get after you and make you sick, to demoralize them. But at some point, because it's not helping actually, it's just super obnoxious, but at some point they're probably just gonna like arrest those people. It's just like unbelievably corrupt, but I mean, they are already unbelievably corrupt, and it's like, why stop now? Why not just go all the way to the worst possible position you could be? Morally, be the most hated government people in history. Why not, right? And yeah, I don't know. I'm stressing out. I'm getting dizzy from this crap. Literally, like, I feel dizzy right now. I should probably try to move on to something else. Man, I can't believe that I've not even like opened any website. This is just all me talking about this shit for an hour. Right, I hope you all appreciate it, or at least find it insightful. I mean, it's probably not pleasant or whatever. I get it. But I'm being honest though. This is what I'm seeing. It's culminating to a flashpoint. Sparks are getting awfully close to the powder keg. They really are. Right. So yeah, I did have a couple of clips. First, let's just look around the news. Charlie Kirk assassination trials, and it's all a giant shit show. It's, yeah, the whole thing is just ridiculous. I mean, obviously he didn't do it. Cool. Turkey stops gay crews from docking in the country. It's out of the question. Turkey gets it. Flying the butt pirate flag. It's like this skull and like swords and skull, but on a rainbow flag. That's hilarious. But yeah, okay, that's the thing. God, I didn't know there was such a thing as gay cruises. It sounds horrifying. I mean, really, that. Holy shit, that's gonna be disgusting. Like the food's gonna be fucking gross and freaking. You know what happening? Oh my god. Ah. Ugh. I don't even want to know like the disease outbreaks that can happen from that. So gross. What? That's crazy. Okay, so I guess some investigators have figured out that this is in the Netherlands, that 98% of hospitalizations due to the side effects of a certain vaccine from 2021 like do not get reported. Like they literally exclude them from statistics. Systemically. Seems kind of criminal. And it is criminal. It's like doctors are legally obligated to report it and they haven't. I can't believe it's like 98%. That is so massive. I mean, it's just the amount of fraud that was related to the supposed pandemic and all that. It's just nuts. It just keeps going and going. God, they green-lighted chat control? This can't be serious. Is this really it? I mean, I know about chat. I haven't like seen any complete confirmation though. But I mean, what they want to do here is basically just give mega corporations, big tech like Google, to like free range permission to just like check anybody's messages. Like they become exempt to privacy laws. I mean, that is insane. That is just full-blown technocracy. I mean, that's like giving big tech espionage function. That's just bizarre to do something like that. I mean, the EU needs to dissolve as quick as possible. Hey. Hello, it's Z time. Somebody said that Messi, the greatest player of all time, is the greatest scumbag of all time. He's a complete piece of trash. I freaking despise that guy. And he is like, he is in on the frickin' corruption. Like he has this crazy ass deal with like the organization. So like the referees literally just do measure with two rulers when it involves Argentina. And they've been doing it all my life, and it's just now even more people than usual are starting to notice. So I don't give a shit. Anyway, good to see you. Thanks for showing up in the chat. But yeah, I don't even care if he's supposedly good. He's part of a giant corruption scheme, and it's absolutely, it ruins the World Cup. Like everybody's all super enthusiastic. I mean, you might remember, everybody's all super enthusiastic at the beginning, and it's every time. Because at the beginning, there's no real crap going on yet. There's still a lot of like very honestly refereed games. And it's cool. It's like interesting to see, and it feels like an honest standoff. But then soon, the more the finals draw nigh, it just, like the corruption starts to show itself, and like completely nitpicking bullshit on one side and letting the other get away with absolutely everything. Like handing out cards to people that literally say, why don't you check the screen? Like, why don't you check with the VAR? Like, it's just absolutely bizarre. It's an atrocity. Like, they should get in trouble for that. A lot. Like the referees, it's insane. So, yeah, I just, you know, I like the World Cup, I like the idea of it, but I mean, it's so sickeningly corrupt, and it's getting so in our faces so much that it's that, like, it ruins it. Less people are actually showing up even to the live games. Yeah? Because they don't care anymore. Because they're just like, oh, it's just rigged. Okay, well, we'll just stay at home then. Less people are showing up because they're sick of it. Anyway, yeah. Tonight, or this evening, Belgium against Spain. I think it was. Yeah, Belgium against Spain. That is going to be a very exciting game. So I do look forward to that. And of course, the day after, Norway against England. I'm going to be very curious to see how that goes. England usually also involves some weird referee manipulation shit. They often like play along with their games. Like, I don't trust England. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm just gonna try to not get super cranky over whatever happens. It's just when it's just not fair, it sucks so bad. When the referees are just blatantly being corrupt, it just makes me like despise it all. I'm not the only one. Like, people really boo hard for it too in the crowd. Like, they don't want that. They just want a fair game. They're sure they want to win, but they want a fair game. Otherwise, you're just gonna feel like a dick anyways. Like, yay, we won! Because the referees were on our side, and it made no sense, but we won, yay! Yeah, what? That doesn't feel good. You know? Anyway. Let's see what else. Yeah, I got a couple of clips. Yeah, there's one thing, by the way, like, Morocco lost yesterday against France, and I mean, thank God. Thank God they did. They kind of suck too. I mean, they were not doing great, so they deserved to lose, really. France really was the better group. Right, and it happens. There was no egregious referee fuckery. That I thought, at least. But I mean, because now at least those fucking riots are gonna stop. Apparently, there's some clip. In Germany. They rioted in Germany. Like, what the fuck? Moroccans rioting in Germany because of losing in the World Cup. But at least that means it's just, that's the last time. That's the only reason. I mean, if this shit wouldn't be happening every time, I'd be like, yeah, Morocco, you go, you win. I mean, if you can freaking beat Argentina, I'd love to see that, you know? But it's those fucking riots every time. It just makes me like, yeah, no, lose, get out, quick, because then at least you stop the fucking rioting, you know? It's not worth the damage every time. Free Palestine in Utrecht Central. I mean, whatever. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm kind of like, I am kind of a, like, I like Free Palestine. It's just because then, like, those, they don't have to stay here. If those same people are just gonna create a havoc in their host nations wherever they get landed, like, yeah, that sucks. People don't want them around. There's some weird shit, by the way, with the Mandela effect happening, apparently. There's, like, things changing back. That is really weird. I've never seen that before. Like the whole Fruit of the Loom thing, the horn, supposedly, that was like in front of a fruit bowl thing, that had disappeared, right? And now it's back. I mean, I've never heard of that before. Like, that is something new. And it's also, in a way, I kind of connected up to that tension. Remember when I brought that up like half an hour ago in the show? Like, when tension is high and then suddenly something changes, this dramatic collective shift, like, weird things can happen. And this is like, potentially it might be related in a way. So there's Mandela effect, supposedly, things shifting and things shifting back. Like, I cannot explain that at all. Right? I know Mandela effect from like a psychological perspective because of my own experiences with it. Like, immediately having that effect. But things changing back, I've never, like, I do not know how to explain or address that even. Like, that is something else. That is something really weird. I don't know how to explain it. If that's happening. And apparently it is. Yeah, let's see. What clips did I get? Oh yeah, more of these. It's epic. Got a football clip too. Let's see, what was this? 9 minutes. Oh yeah, this was that situation. Look at those eyes, man. Yeah, that face. Like he knows. This is all fucked. He's really just... Messi is just a disgusting figure. I think he's a sociopath. Like you'd have to be to just go along with that so shamelessly. Oh yeah. Yeah, silly little clip. Because Trump is not doing great. He's slipping up a lot. He's basically turning into Biden. Like when he was like over at Turkey the other day, he said like this whole nonsense ramble, and then he said the Islamic Republic of Japan. And he didn't correct it. It was so weird. So the Islamic
Can
Republic
we have a round of
Japan
applause
just
for
got
the chat
involved in
scumbags? Thank you, and keep it flat.
But I mean, yeah. Islamic Republic of Japan. What a weird slip up. Oh yeah, this is very tragic. About after World War II. A whole bunch of Germans were basically effectively genocided on a vast scale, not given their Miranda rights or anything. Yeah, that the Allies did that. Really evil, really sick. Oh, let's just fucking play this thing.
So folks, I want to talk about this. So after the Second World War, there were 2 million German young boys, old men, POW.
Here's another one of those Hindu statue locations, Buddhist, Hindu. Just awesome. I'm a fan of this art. It's creepy, but it's just spectacular. by the way, actually experienced a place like this at some point. Or no, that wasn't. Well, no, I haven't. That was actually a vision. That was my vision. Probably watching these things being emulated in outer body setting. But no, because these things are not like in Spain or France or the Netherlands or Germany, and that's really the only places I've been, so I could never have actually seen this in person. But I have a memory of that, so it must be Dark World. Yep. Alright, hope you all appreciate the show. I'm not getting a Rogan's today for some reason. Maybe afterward. Maybe you don't give it for the Doom and Gloom title. I don't know, nobody ever tells me. That's kind of interesting, actually. Posting that. Okay. What? My God. Of course there had to be a freaking ball tart remark in there. They have to do it. But yeah. Vision. It's interesting. Let's just play this. I just watched it, but I mean, what music is in there? Dogs do not see very far, apparently, on average. Elephants, 20 meters. Deer, 500 meters. 60 meters, really? Is that maybe average? Giraffe, 1.5 kilometer. Owl, 2 kilometers. And an eagle, yeah. Eagles can see very far. Five? That's just a stupid thing. Over there. Let's see. Yeah, 5. That's incredible. Man, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I got all that stuff off my chest in the first part of the show. Hey, Rovers fan. Hello. Hope you all appreciate it too. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you do. See, I got one. Thank you for that. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Absolutely not. But where are you getting these things from? It's seriously ridiculous. Right, anyway, I'm gonna round out the show. It's been fine. Right, I hope I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. I probably will. Right, so yeah, rounding out. Thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me on Rumble and Beer when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Give, Send, Go. Links are on the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I could really use it. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2689 on a Saturday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Friday. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. And until the next video, keep it flat.